More than half of us have received suspect phone calls from fraudsters. That's according to research out today. Financial Fraud Action says in the past year the amount of money people have been conned out of has tripled, up from £7 million to nearly £24 million.
Well, typically the scam involves criminals tricking people into giving their personal banking details. Now a campaign has been launched to help people beat the scammers, as Simon Gompertz reports.
You'd think you'd be safe in your own home, but not from thieves using the phone.
They were just so believable.
That's what Peter and Maureen from Oxford discovered when a fraudster called saying brazenly he was from the bank and there was a problem with their cards.
He asked us to put in the 4-digit code.
He tricked them into keying in their PIN and handing over their bank cards to a bogus courier at the door.
The courier stood here. I asked him his name. He gave me the name that the police gave Peter. Handed the cards over stupidly. He left, went up the road, and that was the last we heard and saw.
The next day, this retired couple had had £1,800 withdrawn, stolen from their account.
I felt...
If you'd been used, didn't you?
Yeah, I felt really abused. I felt that I didn't even want to use the phone anymore.
Banks and police say known annual losses to phone fraud tripled over the last year to £24 million. It could get worse, with 58% in a survey saying they'd been called by scammers trying to get money out of their accounts. More criminals are cottoning on that they can dupe people over the phone into thinking the call is from the police or from the bank. That's why there's such an increase in telephone frauds. So it's crucial to be aware of the dangers. Banks, regulators and the police have placed adverts saying they'd never phone to find out a PIN code or request money, and warning especially about landline calls.
Criminals are going back to much simpler methods of committing the crimes. You know, the banks have tightened up, so the more high-tech methods that they would previously have used have been closed down by the banks, so they're targeting the customers direct by phone.
Peter and Maureen had the money stolen from them reimbursed by their bank, but others aren't so fortunate, and the threat from scam calls is growing. Simon Gompertz, BBC News in Oxford.
It's just coming up to 2:50.